content creators who have made their mark in the digital world. Ano nga ba mga unique strategies nila? How do they approach everybody to make them well-known? Paano sila ay nakilala ng lahat? From engaging storytelling, innovative marketing techniques, and we're going to discover more of their secrets behind their success and what sets them apart in the ever-evolving online landscape. So joining us for the discussion, founder of Home Buddies Facebook group, I believe, appropriately known more as Mayora Frances. Please come out, Miss Frances Abatuando. Round of applause, please.
Hello, mga
Ayan, ang ating Mayora. Here you go, please. Joining her as well, a content creator, president, and founder of Gentry Timepieces, ang ating Pareng Hayb, Hayb Anzures. Now, I believe we have one more chair joining us, but that'll be me over here. Akala natin may isa pa tayong kasama over here. So, kamusta? Kamusta mga ginagawa natin online?
We're good. Thank you so much.
Incredible fan base, Yung mga cheers pagkalabas niyo agad.
Hello mga kapitbahay. Dati digital lang eh. Ngayon, in person. Hello po.
So, I do want to go to you sa ating Pareng Hayb, of course, because what inspired you to do this online landscape? Paano ka nagsimula dito?
For the online landscape, actually, first of all, thank you so much sa lahat ng andito. Maraming salamat for Go Negosyo, of course, for inviting us here. It's been a real pleasure. My online presence, actually, brother, is ever since 2019, I entered it like everyone, like a lot of people here, I assume, into e-commerce. So first, talagang wala akong ginawa kundi mag-ads, create ng website, Shopify, etc. And then that is where I think I became really passionate about marketing. So doon na nagsimula yung journey ko as a marketing guy. And then later on, as we go further, social media, TikTok, and Instagram, Facebook, there are a lot of social media platforms na. And to be very effective on these platforms, the business has to have a face. So that's when I decided that I think I should be the face because no one would care more about our businesses rather than us, the mga business owners. So might as well do it ourselves, diba? So yun, that's how I entered. And since 2019, I think, dire-diretso na.
But what you said is really nice because if you yourself don't believe in your product, how do you, and what you're doing, how do you expect other people to believe?
It's hard. It's hard to sell something you don't like.
Exactly.
It's hard to pursue something you don't believe in. So that's something, even for me, like there are a lot of people that come to our shop who here consumes my content? Pareng Hayb. Sino nakakala mo kay Pareng Hayb?
Mas lalo na doon sa
Itaas
kabila.
pa yung kamay. By show of hands, Pareng Hayb.
Yes, yan.
May libreng Rolex.
Ayun.
Ang dami na.
Ako na rin
Ayan,
pala.
ang dami na.
Ako na rin.
Ayan.
Ilalabas ko na yung
So,
phone
thank you
ko.
so much.
Papakita. Sabi ko, living Rolex.
Thank you so much. So even for us, doon sa shop namin, when someone comes to my shop and tries to sell us a Rolex that I even don't like, even though the price is good, it's parang, with heavy heart, I get it. Because it's hard for me to sell that. For those who consume my content and watch me, you know that when I sell watch, I don't directly sell. I give value or educate those who are buying from me about that product. So that's the best type of selling method, I would assume. Hard selling is dead. Traditional selling is dead. So if you consume my content, you could see na I don't ask people to like, I don't ask people to follow, I don't ask people to visit. I don't ask my audience to do anything, but just watch, and on my end, I give value through yung mga educational about mga watches, and of course, doon nila makikita yung experience ng mga bumibili sa amin. And then they decide for themselves if they want to have the same experience.
And your passion comes across. It clearly shows. But speaking of passion, Francis, you were able to create a great community. How did your online presence start? How did the online journey start?
So people know me as Home Buddies, but I started creating content 2019. It was when I moved out. So it was so seamless because when you move out, diba, empty yung condo nyo, anong gagawin mo? Titingin ka lang sa pader. I started researching mattress, diba? After ng mattress, aircon naman. Pagkatapos sa aircon, refrigerator. But each time you buy something, you put your money into it eh. So ang tagal for me to research. And I thought, I'm already researching, might as well share it to other people. So I grew my Instagram. It was No Be Home then, 2019. And then sakto, bam, pandemic, everyone's stuck at home. Sobrang taas ng traffic in my Instagram. People are saying, Mayora, saan mo, ay, hindi pa ako si Mayora nun. Frances, saan mo nahanap yung table mo? People were sending me photos of their homes. Pwede pa design po. They were thinking, interior designer ako. But I said, no, I'm not. And then, you know, the interaction on Instagram is so limited. It's so personal. But people were talking about the same things. And I searched on Facebook, because, you know, there was Let's Eat Pare, there was Best of the Best, Coffee Home Brewers, all these communities, but there was nothing on home. So I said, there was a problem, and that's where I came in to give a solution. Because that's where you provide value, and when you create that value, people will love you and support you, and they, you know, 4 years later, we grew from 0 to 3.3 million.
Wow!
And that's all my kapitbahays. Do I see home buddies here?
Home buddies?
Ayan, ang dami! Hello!
Home buddies budol.
Yes,
Yun-
budol.
yun
Tipo de
yung
Team
budol.
Kahoy.
So, I mean, of course, with doing all of this, you started with this particular journey, but over time, you needed to have your own process. Yung, how do you go about your content creating process now? May calendar ka ba? May team ka ba? Hayb? How do you do this?
Well, I think for me kasi, it's a little different from those content creation. Even myself, I don't consider myself an influencer. Not that I'm shitting on influencers, they're
yes,
great.
yes.
They're great, di ba? We need them as business owners. Who here are business owners?
Business owners, negosyo,
entrepreneur,
entrepreneur.
businessman, negosyante. Ayun. So, for those who, you know, rose their hands up, all we know is we need influencers kasi for us to push our products. Have brand awareness. Branding natin yon, di ba? To reach more people that doesn't know about our product. Now, for me kasi, it's different when it comes of the process of being content creator. Is because for me, I don't create contents. For me, I don't think I create content. So people say, oy, gagawa ka ng content today. I mean, I don't know kung may bibili, di gagawa ako. So what I do is document my life. Document everything. Because when I started this journey, I didn't think of it as I'm gonna be a content creator. Unlike yung mga sina Malupiton, di ba? Kilala, sina Sir J. Bean. So yung mga yun talaga, they think of the content, they plot it on their mood board maybe, and then they say that, okay, this is gonna be the story. Di ba? For me, I don't know what's gonna happen. Because if you're gonna come to my shop or call me that you wanna buy something from me, all we have to do is meet and then we'll make the deal. I just added a camera. So I'm just documenting whatever I do on a daily basis. That's it.
So you're just bringing somebody into your daily life,
Yeah.
basically.
Ganun lang. So hindi ako gumagawa kasi even if walang camera, kunyari the camera is dead, the deal is still gonna go through. Diba? You're still gonna buy the watch. I just added camera. That's why it's so easy if you start documenting rather than content creating.
No, because people can relate also
Yes.
to just you being who you are. And I've spoken to other content creators as well. Nahihirapan sila to manufacture the content. They would rather show who they actually are,
Yeah.
which is what you're doing. Is it the same process for you? Do you
Well-
research first? Or pag may nakita ka, okay, share na kaagad dito sa mga budol natin?
So the same with him. I don't consider myself as a content creator, but I am a community founder, a community leader. I have home buddies. Every day there's a question. Paano pag tumutulo yung kisame ko? Paano pag yung paint ko lumolobo? Diba? Anong mas mura? Inverter, non-inverter? So I already have content because people already are asking. So for me, the process is to really start by listening. What are people looking for? What is the environment like? So, to give you an example, if it's summer, aircon, content, sobrang taas. Ngaw na umuulan, two things. It's either waterproofing, baha, or anything about rain, or washing machine. Because people are looking, saan ako magsasampay? Paano kung nakakondo ako, right? So, you have all these data and you jump from that. When you get that, After October comes Christmas. Ngayon, sobrang taas sa homebodies. Kita nyo mga Christmas tree, Christmas decor, and you just jump from that. You don't really change the flow. So you go with what people are looking for, and you just serve them what they're already asking for, because that's where the engagement is. But for me, as a community founder, it's not just about me. So part of my process, apart from posting about what they're asking for, is to acknowledge what are people looking for in the community. So if people want to post, part of my job is to moderate. So ako nga yung admin, diba? Kasi minsan hindi lahat na pagbibigyan, pasensya na po. Pero part of it is really researching on keywords, researching also what people sharing legitimate. So a lot of back-end, that's why I also have a lot of moderators. It can't be a one-person job for 3 million people. So that's what I do on a daily. I listen, I try to research, I try to create content, and I try to foresee what will people look for next. And that's where you can plan ahead. Because ang hirap din pag on the spot, right? I mean, si Sir Hayb ang galing, si Pareng Hayb, ang galing niya na document lang myself. But for me, there are other people na hindi kaya yung ganun kabilis. And I understand that. So there's some kind of planning that you need to do, but don't overplan in a sense na ma-paralyze ka or alam mo yun, sobrang scripted na ng ginagawa mo. It has to still be authentic, but also strategic. Parang negosyo.
Yeah, I think I would 100% agree with ma'am. Actually, to be honest, like, homebodies, in terms of yung mga entrepreneur dito at saka mga businessman, you have to check and research on how homebodies actually what they did. Diba? Si ma'am, she's the best example on how to create a community. So during the pandemic, I think up to now, I haven't seen a community grow that big except for homebodies. But kahit yung asawa ko, walang ginawa kundi nakatambay na sa homebodies di ba? During the pandemic, wala kang gagawin. Sobrang lumaki ng community. Even us, sa Gentry timepieces, si Pareng Hayb, Pareng Cholo, Pareng G, we haven't really tapped on the community marketing or building a community yet. But that's one of the hardest things to do in marketing. Kaya, thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing that to us tonight.
No, but it's a great point that you both brought up. Because everybody's story is different. Everybody's style is different. Everybody's process is different. But the common thing there that you see is storytelling really helps.
Yes.
It really sells. Whether it's whether it's an edit, whether it's sharing your life on the go, whether it's curating all of these pieces together and selling it. So for both of you, I mean, let's start with Hayb, of course. How did this whole storytelling process come about, and how has it affected your business?
Well, it affected our business, as you guys know. Syempre, talagang naging very effective siya, tsaka lumago talaga yung business because of the storytelling. Because, see, when you storytell and when you show people how other people's enjoy your product or your services, that's how you build your trust badge. And everyone, see, always remember, people don't want to be sold to. They hate being sold to, but they love buying. So you have to look lang for a way to tap on their emotional buying emotion nila, but not pushing it down to their throat na bumili kayo. Laos na yung parang, sir, mamaya wala na yan, baka mabili na yan, bilhin mo na yan. Wala nang ganun. Like here, you give value, di ba? Yeah, so don't push it in terms of selling, and that's what I did all throughout my videos. Even if other people would that watched my videos, you would see na parang, if I see na half-hearted yung bibili, sinasabi ko, don't push it. Maybe you can sleep on it. It's okay. A coffee with you is more than enough. That's fine. Just let me know if you're still interested tomorrow. Sleep on it. I know you're half-hearted. So that brings a reverse psychology. Because, again, rejection only hurts when you don't have value. Always remember, rejection only hurts when you don't have value. For me, if I'm selling a Rolex and I know that this product is valuable and I'm giving a good deal, if he rejects it, I know a second guy will come and get it. That's why I'm not hurt for the rejection. But if you know or you're not that confident of your product, then dun ka magiging pushy. Sir, actually, may nagpapa-reserve na niyan pero inuna lang kita kasi bumiyahe pa ako galing Bulacan Dito tayo sa Batangas, di ba? Parang so that's hard selling. That I wouldn't be, And of course, yun nga, to come back, I'm slightly drifting off, sorry. But to come back on your night, it helped me a lot. It helped me so much a lot just to document what I'm doing and my skills in terms of selling. And of course, yun, all of that combined, it helped a lot talaga when I expose all of these online. And it helped me gain trust badge.
No, but we like what you said because you have to share all of this in order to gain people's trust. It's not just, okay, I'm gonna share this with you, and you're talking about adding value as well.
Yes, exactly.
Because to your point, and I really like what you said, if you don't have value, if you don't feel like you have value, you're gonna put the sale first.
Yes.
You're not gonna put like the
Exactly.
whatever the story is for the piece.
Yeah.
Speaking of story, I do wanna go to you. Cause sorry, marami sa atin dito namubudol tayo sa'yo. Okay, and is there, again, this is a personal question for me. Is there any particular piece that had, or a story that you heard from somebody that made you want to share this particular thing? Or was there a personal story for you that you were connected to a particular object that you wanted to share with other people that sold a lot?
There's a lot of success stories in Home Buddies, lalo na mga negosyante. When Home Buddies was starting, you know, it was all about interior design, aesthetic, di ba? The headlines nga that were coming out were, this is the Pinterest of the Philippines. And then you understand, now it's more than just that. Now it has become something of utility. There's function in it. One is why we created Monday Market. Did you know that in Home Buddies, it's not a marketplace, but every Monday, negosyantes are free to post. And that's my way of extending the space for the community and to just cultivate that culture that we are giving back to each other. So on Mondays, you can post, we will approve. Hindi lahat na-approve kasi minsan 2,000 posts, 3,000 posts in a day. But that's a way of like letting people know that, hey, we care about you, right? So that's one way. What's the nice thing about that? Kapag ang community founder nagbigay ng opportunity for these negosyantes, they're able to also create their customers. And their customers, matutuwa, sabi nila, uy, nakakuha ako ng good deal sa Home Buddies, babalik ako ng Monday ulit. So it becomes a cycle. Every Monday, there are posts in the community. So that's what we are also looking for, like the reward cycle of how do you get people to come back to your community. So it's not always just about content, it's not just my content, but what are people getting from it. So even when there are brand deals, syempre, to moderate the community, I also need to pay people to moderate the community. So when brands come to me, I also ask them, what's in it for the community? Are you giving away a discount? Are you giving away an exclusive promo or an exclusive chance to get their hands or to see this item? Are they getting, an event? So in terms of storytelling, Home Buddies has become more than just a Facebook group. We actually create now bespoke events. So last year, here in this place, we had the Home Buddies Bazaar for our anniversary. This year naman, so that was last year, this year naman we're doing outreach with Gawad Kalinga. So we are repainting naman their homes. So it's a cycle. When you create a community, it's a cycle of what do you provide, what do they get, and how they can sustain you back. It's all about the people. It's never just about Mayora. It's always about my kapitbahays.
No, but that's a great way to put it because you still need to make sure that everybody is engaged, they're understanding the value that they're giving them. And of course, if they have a problem, they'll go to you for the solution with the home needs that they have.
Yun yung sinasabi ni Pareng Hayb na you also try to build trust.
Yes.
But, trust isn't always about expert ako yung pinakamagaling, right? But it's more about, are you human? Are you treating people with respect? Are you listening to what they need? And are you providing exactly what they need? Para the next time, isipin nila, ay, si Mayora natulungan ako niyan once, sigurado matutulungan niya ulit ako. Right? And even with my kapitbahays, yung isang member, sobrang ganda ng advice niya. Babalik ako sa Home Buddies kasi gusto ko yung advice pa ng ibang tao kasi sure ako, Mayora is taking care of the community.
And no, it's reliability, the trust badge that both of you have been talking about, of course. But I know that it's easy to talk about it this way na. Kasi dito na tayo eh. We know you've come this far, but it's not like we were talking about earlier. It's not overnight. Yes. And we know that you have your success stories now. But what were the sort of tweaks you made to engage your audience along the way? Because even if we think one thing is working, I think Denise mentioned this earlier as well, mamaya biglang hindi na siya effective eh. Were there any particular tweaks in your case, Hayb, that you did to engage your audience, to engage your content along the way?
to engage with my audience, I think the number one way to effectively engage with your audience is to listen. People comment. Of course, I'm not talking about pakinggan nyo yung mga bashers nyo. You know, bashers, wag nyo nilang pakinggan, okay? What you have to listen to are those who give you constructive criticism on how you can make a better content or give more value to those who are actually always looking out to your content. Inaabangan na talaga nila eh. Minsan nga, one day lang di ako makapag-post, may na nag-comment na, asan na, ba't walang post ngayon? So, pag nag-comment yung mga yon, doon ako makikinig. Kasi alam nila eh. Because we have a different perspective when it comes to our content. For me, I want it this way, but we can be biased kasi when we are doing content creation. We can be biased on what we want, or there is some particular way that we want to deliver a message that is not particularly received by the other end. Tinatry pa natin i-push yun, hindi nga nila magets. So there, by listening to them, I think that's the best way for you to properly engage with your audience and keep them on your page. Parang ganun.
But it's also, I think, isn't it, can be a little challenging, diba? Being yourself, but at the same time, making sure you cater to the needs of your audience as well. But how does that work for you as well? How do you go about these tweaks along the way? Because like you said, now you have moderators. It first started just with you. Now you have actually anniversary events. What were the things along the way that you did to tweak engaging with the audience?
I'm sure yung mga negosyante makaka-relate dito. Di ba dati nag-start kayo, mag-isa lang kayo? Tapos nag-hire kayo unti-unti? Along the way, you should build your team. So ngayon, hindi na lang talaga ako. Meron ng mga moderators. If there's an event, I know who to tap. Diba? Siyempre, hindi pa naman ako like business. There's just enough to keep me going and to slowly grow the community so I can provide more, events, more activities, more paraffle, like that. So it's really understanding who are the people who are supporting you and how can you, get them to be part of your team, because yung lowest hanging fruit is yung fans mo na. Yung active members na ng community, huwag ka na titingin pa sa iba, di ba? Kung meron ka ng active community, alam na nila yung ginagawa mo eh. Doon ka nakukuha ng tanod mo, di ba? Yung mga tanod natin. Tsaka yung mga content creators, instead na magtatap ka pa from others, you get from inside. So that's really how I slowly, change the path that we're taking by involving the community. Because at the end of the day, it's also for them.
No, but I want to jump off of one of the things you said. The changes along the way that you make. Because one of the biggest frustrations for people now is the ever-changing mga algorithm natin. Parang every week nagbabago. Yung TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, all of these places, even our live selling pages, lahat sila parang nagbabago all the time. How do you stay with such a big community, keep up to date with the ever-changing algorithm?
Sa mga members ng Home Buddies, when we were stuck in the pandemic, I did a lot of live streams. Because people were glued to their phones. They were glued to their computers. So we did a lot of parang variety show. As in talagang nag-live selling kami, nagpapamigay kami, nagpaparaffle, may pa-games, right? And then suddenly the world opened. So I had to tweak. Like, okay, hindi na ako nagla-live stream. What else can I do? So I tried live selling, and then I would now create my own content. So kung napapansin nyo, meron akong sariling TikTok, meron akong sariling Instagram, and it's all important to let people know that you're also adapting to change, you're also providing more content, and at the end of the day, syempre hindi pa ako perfect with this, but you also kind of have to balance na, okay, you have a Facebook group of 3 million, you have a Facebook page, you have an Instagram, you have a TikTok. How do you all seamlessly make sure that you're present in all that? So the lowest hanging fruit again is cross-posting, di ba? You post in one, you post in all. But you have to understand, in TikTok, hindi nag-work yung content ko na nagbubukas lang ako ng something. Sa TikTok gusto nila, nagla-live ka, kakausapin mo sila, di ba? Nakikita nila yung buhay mo. So, yun yung mas nag-work doon. In Facebook naman, they like informative. Gusto nila, natututo sila, ine-explain mo sa kanila. So, every platform, and Instagram naman, what works is mas aesthetic. Gusto nila, nakikita nila yung bahay ko na mukhang showroom. So, it really depends, and you have to understand who are your fans on that platform, what content are they looking for, and that's where you create. And at the end of the day, it still has to be true to who you are, but may singit na ng, kung sa Home Buddies, puro home lang. sa sarili kong page, andyan na yung as a family person ako, ay mahilig din ako mag-travel. So, lumalalim yung affinity nila with you and they see you more than just an admin, but now you are Frances that we could be friends with. Parang ganon.
Well, honestly, it's such a big challenge though, because you have to be yourself, cater to all these different platforms, the algorithms. But to close off, I want to close with you, Hayb, of course, because you talked about earlier just being yourself, bringing that camera in. But of course, it is a struggle knowing that you have to adjust to the ever-changing landscape of each platform. What advice can you give to content creators, entrepreneurs, to stay the course regardless of the changes online and the changes of the platforms?
Well, changes online, as we all know, Facebook changes its algorithm, and TikTok changes its algorithm, and then Instagram changes their algorithm. YouTube changes their algorithm. So, but they don't change it for the worse. They always change it for the best. So keep doing what you do. Of course, you have to be updated, and because they give you they give you guidelines naman on what's gonna change. TikTok last time they said that we're giving more attention to those who are posting videos on landscape. So by then, sige, start tayo, landscape naman tayo. Try natin yung ganon. And then you just always try and try and try. I think the key here is just consistency. So you just have to be consistent whenever you are posting. So if you dedicate yourself to post every day, you have to keep it up every day talaga yung posting mo. Hindi ka 1 week na every day, another week wala na. Because that's more challenging than keeping up and coping up with the changes in the algorithm. Because all these platforms naman, all they do is do it better for you guys. And now, it's interest-based na kasi So everything is interest-based. Before, kung marami kang followers, marami kang views. Right now, you can have 1,000 followers and have 1 million and one video goes viral and then your business goes up 10 times na agad for one video lang na pwede mag-viral. So this is interest-based. And I would like to remind everyone na ang interest-based views before was used to be paid. I'll repeat it, it used to be paid. So when you run anything ads, ibuboost mo yan, tatanungin sa'yo anong interest yung gusto mong i-target for your video to reach those people who are interested in that type of content or type of product. But right now, hindi Kahit wala ka ng ads, pwedeng mag-boom yung ano mo just because it tapped to those interests and nagustuhan nila. So maybe right now, consistency and quality is the best way.
Consistency, quality, storytelling, community and audience, of course. How about a round of applause for Hayb and Frances, of course, our Mayora, and of course, our Pareng. Hayb, can we have you here in the center? Quick photo op. I wish we had more time. I really wish we had more time.
Yeah, sure.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you so
Hayb,
much.
Thank you.
Nice
Thank you.
meeting
Thank you. Nice
Thank
meeting
you
you.
so much.